My heart aches. I miss my daughter so much.
More than a year after the murder of 23-year-old Zaria McKeever in Brooklyn Park, the man who planned the crime learns his fate. In a tearful and emotional hearing, Erick Haynes, McKeever's ex-boyfriend and father of her child, was sentenced to life in prison Friday. Haynes confessed to the crime in a plea deal. McKeever's family says the murder of their daughter will live with them forever.
The defendant, Erick Haynes, infiltrated into our lives, our homes, and stole from us. He stole Zaria's life because of jealousy and anger. She didn't deserve to be killed, especially by her known assailants.
Zaria McKeever's mother, Maria Greer, is one of several family members who provided victim impact statements during Friday's hearing. McKeever was murdered in November 2022 by a Brooklyn Park teenager who Haynes recruited to help carry out the crime. Court records show Haynes meant to go after McKeever's new boyfriend at his Brooklyn Park apartment, but it was McKeever who ended up being shot 5 times. During Friday's sentencing, family members described Zaria as a loving mother who gave selflessly to others.
We were always together, so it's like a part of me is missing. Zaria had so much life ahead of her. It was stolen out of pure hate, evil, and jealousy.
During the hearing, Haynes briefly spoke and apologized to the family. While Haynes received a life sentence, there is the possibility of parole after 30 years. Meanwhile, in Maple Grove, a difficult and tragic discovery. Maple Grove police report finding a body in a pond near 80th Avenue and Lakeview Drive. Police say they believe the discovery is connected to a recent missing persons case. 18-year-old Winston DePaul went missing on March 23rd. His jacket was initially found in that pond near his home, but he was not found. As we went to air Friday afternoon, the Hennepin County Medical Examiner was working on making the identification. The federal government has set new standards for PFAS, or so-called forever chemicals, in drinking water supplies. As Kevin Miller reports, the standards could bring new water filtering equipment to Brooklyn Park.
Every day, up to 26 million gallons of water pass through Brooklyn Park's water treatment plant. It's a large operation, but it can't do everything.
Right now, our water treatment plant does not treat for PFAS. What we treat is for iron and manganese.
PFAS, or so-called forever chemicals, are man-made chemicals that are common in fire-resistant or waterproof products, and they're in the water supply.
So PFAS are perfluoroalkyl chemicals that are in so many household products most of us don't even know. Common things like plastic containers, non-stick cookware.
Long-term exposure to PFAS can cause health risks like cancer. The Environmental Protection Agency released new PFAS limits this week. It's the first time the agency has set a legally enforceable limit on PFAS in drinking water. Advocates at the state capitol cheered the decision.
Through these new science-based limits, our government has spoken loudly that toxic synthetic chemicals do not belong in our water.
Meanwhile, these new rules are significant for Brooklyn Park. The Minnesota Department of Health says some of the city's water exceeds the new EPA limit during testing. Brooklyn Park's Operations and Maintenance Director, Dan Ruiz, says only one of the city's 14 wells tested above the limits.
Now, we haven't used that well since last year. We only used it for a couple of days. But once we got a glimpse of the new standards, we did not use that well anymore, and we will continue to not use that well.
According to Ruiz, the city's water is safe.
If there's one message that I could send home to everybody today, the water in Brooklyn Park is safe to drink.
New equipment to treat PFAS could be installed at the water treatment plant, but it's expensive.
If we look at treating all of the water that goes through our plant in Brooklyn Park, it could be upwards of $80 million.
In Brooklyn Park, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
In Plymouth, a groundbreaking that's described as a momentous occasion. Trillium Woods Senior Living Community celebrated the kickoff of a $56 million expansion project. It will add 52 independent living units, 18 assisted living units, and 16 memory care units, as well as a new bistro dining hall. Planning for the expansion began not long after Trillium Woods opened in 2015.
This is an incredibly welcoming community. There's magic that happens here every day, and our existing residents are very, very excited to have a lot of new neighbors, and they've been very welcoming and already trying to make them feel at home here at Trillium.
Demand is high. Most of the independent units are already spoken for. Trillium Woods expects the project to be complete by fall of next year. Finally, this segment, the Robbin Gallery in Robbinsdale, showcases the creativity of local middle school and high school students. As captured by photojournalist Dustin Scholl, you'll be amazed by what you see.
I would encourage people to come check it out because the students in Robbinsdale School District do amazing work and their creativity is brilliant. I mean, some of these kids are amazing with their skill. I didn't give them a subject in painting, and this is what Hazel came up with. And honestly, every single one of those eyes looks like they're looking at you if you move around the room. The kids, to me, express their emotions and feelings really well, and they're not afraid. This was the top prize at fair. Joey's a great art student, and Joey didn't like to color, and I got Joey to color. So I'm really proud of getting Joey to try something new. The variety is all over the place. Different art teachers do different things in different ways. That's what makes art great. It's been at least over 20 years that Robbinsdale's been partnering with the Robbin Gallery, and that's pretty special. We hope to continue it into the future.
The Robbinsdale Secondary Students Art Exhibit runs through April 28th.
The Breck and Providence Academy boys lacrosse teams are both under 500 last season. The IMAC rivals were each looking to start their seasons on a winning note when they faced off Thursday night. First of two regular season meetings between the Lions and the Mustangs. Breck gets on the board first. Ryan 80 passes to Max Snyder, who skips a shot past the goalie and in. Mustangs lead 1-0, 2:54 into the first quarter. Late in the first, Brayson Ori of Providence Academy rifles a shot into the top left corner of the net. Sammy Lewis the assist. Teams tied 1-1 after one. Second quarter, after Ori had scored again, it's Henry Rolfe getting inside the defender to get free. The senior midfielder scores. Providence leads 2-1. They'd later go ahead 4-1. Back comes Breck. Great pass from Aaron Weiss to Henry Kurtzman, who drives a shot home. 3 straight goals for the Mustangs to close the quarter. It's 4-4 at halftime. Tied at 5 late in the third quarter. Rolfe curls in from out front, beats the Breck defenders and goalie with his shot. Second of the night for him. The Lions are ahead for good at 6-5. And they close out the game, scoring the only 4 goals of the fourth quarter, including 2 from Sammy Lewis, as Providence Academy goes on to beat Breck 10-5. The Maple Grove boys lacrosse team is coming off a strong 2023, and they have high hopes for this season. Here's Jay Wilcox with the season preview.
They're looking to build on a strong foundation. In the first year with the new coaching staff last spring, the Maple Grove boys lacrosse team went 14-2, winning the Northwest Suburban Conference before giving eventual state third-place team Benilde St. Margaret's a strong battle and a close loss in the Section 5 final.
Building the culture, especially with me as a first-year coach last year and a couple new coaches. Building the culture, getting the kids used to how we operate and our expectations day to day, whether it's a simple practice drill to 2 minutes left in the game. So it's just building off that and having the expectation there and them knowing it, understanding it.
While they did graduate some key players, there is a good core group returning this spring, so the Crimson have high expectations.
Yeah, we're definitely fired up. We got a lot of good players, returners, and our new guys. We got new goalie, Brady Moline. He's really good at taking the rubber, and then obviously we got Shane Rass returning, Tyler Steinkoff, Jackson Kuznick, great guys. So
with guys like 53-goal scorer Ricky Peterson and 30-goal scorer Landon Bakke back to lead the offense, Maple Grove is looking to take the next step and edge their way into the conversation with elite programs.
This year is really a proven year. Last year we had a good year. Fell to Benilde in the section champion, but I'm really looking forward to this year. I think we can really prove ourselves and why we're that 7th spot on some rosters, and just come out and maybe go to the state championship, something like that. That's the goal, right?
Maple Grove gets an early test against last season's Northwest Suburban runner-up Armstrong in a game you can see live on CCX this coming Wednesday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Wayzata baseball team opened the season with an impressive win. Ches Moots has the highlights.
Wayzata baseball opening up their 2024 season at home against St. Michael Albertville, picking up things in the bottom of the fourth. Guard Swenson, chopper, STMA can't handle it. Sam Moss scores from third. The Trojans scored 3 total in the fourth. They led 6-0. Knights trying to rally in the fifth. Drew Luster deep drive to right field. Trojans can't track it down. Luster gets a double. Next at bat, Talon Signs hit to center field. Kieran Leatherman makes the catch and then zips it over to second for the double play. STMA stays scoreless. Top 6, Brady Lash went 3 up, 3 down. 3 strikeouts for Lash. He pitched 3 innings, 7 strikeouts, only allowed 3 hits and no runs. Trojans adding insurance in the bottom of the 6th. Matt Berkland line drive over Noah Miller at third. RBI single brings in Moss. But the story of the game was the production from the Trojan arms. The ace Riley Leatherman didn't allow a run in 2 2/3 innings pitch. Lace was solid throughout, and Charlie Seal closes the deal in the 7th. A combined 12 strikeout, 3 hit shutout from the 3. Wayzata opens the season with a 7-zip win. In Plymouth, Chaz Moats, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.